spiritual pleasure to be up in here tonight. This first song's about some backwoods shrimps in Tennessee.
Psychedelic trip, ain't no place like Sneedville, Tennessee. Got this some Yeti powder, popped a couple of pills. Sneedville's full of them on the drill. Spiritual river, won't you help me ease my mind? Oh, host and river flow, Sneedville blues can't take my soul away. Tennessee. You say you can't trust nobody up in the place. Everybody's packing in them trees is lace with that mystical powdered PCP. Oh, host and river flow, Sneedville blues can't touch my soul. No. Holy mountain wind, yeah, you're my best friend. Set me free and easy. In the back of a truck in the middle of the night, in a deep dark hall, I need the pale moonlight. Laying back listening to a country song. Had a gasoline fire, old boy fell in, covered in plastic, got the moldy singing skin. Sneedville, you know you're off the chain. Oh, host and river flow, Sneedville blues can't take my soul away. Ooh-wee. Holy mountain breeze, you set my soul at ease, and you set me free from the city. But them Sneedville blues can't get me. Them Sneedville blues, they can't get me. Them Sneedville blues, they can't get me. Oh, them Sneedville blues, they can't get me.
Hell, it's a spiritual pleasure. So right before I came on this holy tour, I was on a 300-mile hike. I met all kinds of psychedelic people, saw some things. I'll tell you about a few of them as I retune this holy guitar. So I saw a shriveled old dog. Probably in dog years he was like 190 years old or something like that. And I'd known this dog for a long time, but I hadn't seen him in a long time. The dog was shriveled, emaciated as a motherfucker. Somebody came with a big old box of chicken fingers. And they sat 3 chickens worth of fingers right in front of this old emaciated dog. And it sucked them chicken fingers down so quick. And I saw its stomach swell up, huge. It was insane. Next thing you know, we're at this psychedelic shelter. Double-decker. So the second level was about 15 feet up in the air, real high. Some shit you don't want to fall off of. We all went to sleep after puffing pounds, skinny dipping, Chugging a million brews, we all laid down and prepared for a mystical night of sleep. We laid back, mystical dreams going down. About 4 a.m., you hear a loud boom! Everybody woke up terrified, didn't know if it was a wild boar, a bear, or if some motherfucker fell off the top bunk. We all got the headlamps on, and we looking around the place trying to see who it was, fell off the bunk or something. Nobody could see anything. And then in the corner, all of a sudden, we see the figure of a small, shriveled old man. I'd say he was probably 85 years old, emaciated as a motherfucker, curled up, wearing a blue satin thong. And he wasn't in there when we had gone to sleep. And he's going, and it looked like he was contorted, like he was dead or smashed or twisted up or something. I said, "You okay, dude?" A blue satin thong. An old grandpa in the middle of the woods, naked. I said, "Yo, you okay?" Then he stood up. I said, "Whoa, he can move. Okay, that's good." And he started walking around, and somebody gave him a cigarette lighter, and he kept lighting it and staring off into the distance. His sagged ass motherfucking ass cheeks and shriveled dong hanging out. Yes, 90-year-old. I went back to sleep and had some psychedelic dreams. I woke up and got the fuck out of that place. The next night, I meet a guy named Earbuds. Now, you know, he was hanging with this obese Nick Nolte lookalike, whose name was Nick Nolte. My name's Manimal when I'm out on the trail. So we had Earbuds, Nick Nolte, all kinds of other motherfuckers, Shitfoot. You can imagine his feet smell pretty bad, right? Oh, Shitfoot. Earbuds comes into camp late, half the people already asleep. He sits down and pulls out a 2-pound summer sausage. I'm talking the motherfucker was like a football of meat. And he deep throats it. Less than a minute. Homie was timing him. He's like 59 seconds. I said, "Whoa." And the entire time he was deep throating it, he was lecturing while deep throating about how you're not supposed to eat much out on the trail. I said, "Your name ain't Earbuds, it's Summer Sausage." Some people started calling him 2 pounds 1 minute. Next thing you know, I'm chilling out with these 5 people, and they all hung their food up one night from the limb, a bear hang, you know, so the bears and boars and raccoons and shit don't get your food. And the bears were getting real smart at this one campsite, and they learned how to get all the bags out of the tree. So the bears got all the bags, ripped them all down, 5 people, 5 big bags of food. The bears ate almost everything. In one of the bags, there was a half gallon of prescribed extra zinc suntan lotion. The bear chugged the shit out of it. They could tell because it was popped open and empty. It had gotten sucked back by the bear. One of the people was vegan. The bears didn't even touch that bag. They didn't want none of that shit. Those motherfuckers ate extra zinc prescribed suntan lotion. But that vegan food, they didn't even go near that shit. I said, hell yeah. Next thing you know, we're cruising on, lightning storm comes flowing in. It was insane. I said, I heard there's this fucked up ass backwoods hostel down the way, let's go check it out. Roll into the spot, all these signs talking about you'll be shot if you trespass. Survivors will be shot again, it said. I said, hell yeah. I walked right in. There was a fridge full of PBRs, There was frozen pizzas, a fucked up looking grill that you cook the frozen pizzas on. Nobody was around. I didn't know what I was supposed to do, so I just started chugging. About 6 PBRskis, pubers. In about a minute and a half, I sucked back about a 6-pack. And I had a pizza heating up on the grill. Wondering when somebody's gonna show up here and hopefully not blast me. Truck comes pulling up. 2 dudes pop out. One of the guys is a straight up inbred shrimp. Eyes sunken in, looking all kinds of fucked up. Making noises. The other guy, he was speaking. He was like, yo. I said, what's up? He goes, I'm Timmy Two Tokes. And that's his email. I have his email, timmytwotokes@gmail.com. I said, what you guys doing? He goes, smoking crystal meth. I said, whoa. They start whittling sticks like motherfuckers. They start flint napping, knocking the rocks together, making mystical arrowheads and shit. Meth activities. The shotters eventually come out. Boom, boom, blasting them off. I said, hell yeah. Then the truck pulls up with 4 inbred shrimps up in the spot. I said, oh my God, they hop out. That movie Deliverance is child's play, y'all. These motherfuckers looked insane. Yeah. Popped out the truck. One dude had a pair of bolt cutters, huge ones. He goes, who's getting their fingers chopped off today, boys? I said, oh my God, not me. He actually had them to cut the chains off this picnic table they had just stolen from the park down the street. He said, we got a problem with picnic table thieves around here. As he's cutting the chains for the table he just jacked. Then some real freaky characters showed up, and I got the fuck out of there. That was in a town called Flag Pond, Tennessee, near where I used to live. This song's called The Flag Pond Road. Spiritual pleasure, y'all. Could you turn up the guitar a little bit, actually, in the monitors, my friend? Yeah, we got a psychedelic Jamaican restaurant where we live in Athens, Georgia. It's called Kelly's. That shit is so spicy, definite rectal bleeding. And I got a friend, he enjoys the rectal bleeding more than your average Joe. He enjoys the pain, he likes to hurt himself. And we went in there, and he said, put the extra jerk gravy. It was Kelly himself, who owns the restaurant, who was making the food. And he said, put extra jerk gravy all over my sides. I'm trying to shit black. And Kelly, he said, hell yeah. And he starts putting it on. And we dogging at the table. And Kelly sits down next to us. And we're talking about eating. And Michael's like, yeah, man, you know, this food's real spicy. And Kelly just goes, this is the dude who owns the restaurant. Till the blood come out. He owns the restaurant, motherfuckers. Till the blood come out. And I'm wondering, do you guys know the best restaurant in town to get some long pork? You guys know what that is? Yeah. Hell yeah. Let me know after the show if you know where to go to get the long pork sliders, if you know what I'm saying. This song, I wrote this, John, the other day as an instrumental. Spiritual pleasure, guys. Let's see what's up next. Got some more tunes here. Let's hear it for Goddess Complex. Let's see it for the Manapa Pimpanopolis. Manapa Luba Hippopotamus. Let's see here, guys. Let me retune. Yeah, so I went to a psychedelic Middle Eastern buffet. I went to this spot. Never been to a Middle Eastern buffet before, and it kind of blew my mind. They had the tabbouleh, pitas,
Lamb leg?
hummus, baba ganoush. I went up to the front counter and I said to the dude, I'm so psyched to be up in this holy spot. And he said, there's nothing holy about it. Let's see here, guys. I used to have 2 cats. I had 2 big cats, both obese as fuck. In Marietta, Georgia. One was named Skittles, all black. One was named Taters, all white. Now, Skittles was my puss, and Taters was my roommate. Skittles was an outdoor puss. And she would bring in the animals like most cats do, you know, but she would suck the insides out of them like a straw. You'd hear her going. You find the skins of a bird or a squirrel sitting around. Insides all sucked out through the asshole. You'd be laying in bed tossing, and you'd hear, and they'd be like, "What's that?" I said, "That's Skittles. Sucking the insides out of something. We'll find them skins in the morning." Oh, hell yeah. Now, Taters was an all-white puss. He was indoors. He was a yogic puss. Now, some of these yogis out in India and stuff, they eat pieces of string and different like long tape type of things, and they learn to control the organs inside their body, digestive organs and everything, and it comes out their ass, and then they can control it and make it go back up and stuff like that. It's a mystical yogic practice. Now Taters would do that. He was a yogic puss. We came home from a hike one day, and Taters had eaten a bunch of cassette tape. It was going in his mouth and was also coming out his anus. I looked at my boy, I said, "You fucking with that. I'm not gonna fuck with that." I was on the shrooms at the time. And I said, "I ain't pulling that tape out the cat's anus. You're gonna have to do that. That's your puss." And so I put my ears real close to his asshole as he pulled the tape slowly out. And his rectum acted as a tape head. And I could hear slight vibrations of the music that was on the cassette as it came out of his rectum. It was like a very faint mystical vibration sound. I said, "Hell yeah." Next thing you know, it was a week later, we came back and he had eaten a plastic banjo string. And it was coming out the front, and my boy just yanked that, and it was off the chain. It kind of sounded like a harsh drone set or something like that. I pulled the banjo string out through that anal tape head. It was off the chain. Those cats were really sick. Guitar's been in that hot car. It's coming out of tune a little bit, so. The song's about that exact shit I was just talking about. You're moving still, it's psychedelic. You're waiting on a friend, and once again you'll be golden. You're laid out on the floor, you're doing more, you're moving sideways on a journey. You're going up the trail, you're setting sail, you're moving forward. Wonder what's around the hill, just wait until you're cruising over. Dusting off that old rug, big tater bug, you holy homie, on a journey, keep it holy. Spiritual. I got two more holy tunes right here. This next one's about my boy Extra Cornbread Steve. Extra Cornbread Steve got his name in a psychedelic backwoods Cracker Barrel type of spot called Vittles. Vittles was a backcountry diner, smoked out like a motherfucker. Half the smoke was meth smoke. You'd roll up in the spot, it'd be fogged out, and the waitresses was all hitting unholy glass pipes. And they'd just start screaming at you when you rolled in the spot. Ah! And you couldn't see. You knew you was in the right place. Now I went to Vittles one time with the Italian noise rock band. I took them out there. One of the dudes was a white Rasta, and he was Italian, and he was ordering his food, and the waitress says, "What do you have?" "A pancakes with fruit." The fuck? The pancakes with fruit. The fuck? Pancakes with fruit. The fuck is he saying? I said he's trying to say pancakes with fruit. Why didn't he say that the first time? He must be fucking with me. I said, hell yeah. She said, strawberries or cherries on them pancakes. She brought in grapes. When Extra Cornbread Steve first walked up into Vittles, his name was not yet Extra Cornbread Steve. He ordered the 3-vegetable plate. You don't do that shit up at Vittles. The green beans is hainted. The squash has seen better days. The grits have a strange tint to them. You don't want to get that 3-vegetable plate. But he did anyways. And he said, an extra cornbread, please. The waitress said, extra cornbread? Ha ha! Oh! We're like, something's going down. She went back in the kitchen and she came out with a cart. Upon it was stacked so much motherfucking cornbread that you've ever seen all of us in our entire lives put together. Stacked so high. It was knocking cobwebs off the ceiling. So much cornbread. And I said, whoa, he probably touched about a quarter of one slice. That's how we got that name, Extra Cornbread Steve. He lived out on a mystical place Palookaville, Georgia, where the entire ground was made of quartz crystals. And that's why this mystical tune right here is called the Quartz Blues. Sitting there on a pile of quartz by the riverside, thinking about those beautiful round eyes. Sitting there looking at the setting sun and wondering where you'll bide your time. Oh, you're so far away, deep in those Blue Ridge hills. Oh, you're so far away, deep in those Blue Ridge hills. Don't cry, my love, it's only a moment. Don't cry, my love, it's only a moment. Believe in that holy great spirit flowing through it. Oh, that water flows in a strange design, so does your life. Oh, that water, it will flow all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. One day we will be in that winter sun, wandering beneath those ancient pines. But until then, I will ride that holy river, yeah, and I'll be staying high. Don't cry, my love, it's only a moment. Don't cry, my love, it's only a moment. Believe in that holy great spirit flowing through it. Oh yeah. Thank you, homies. I got one last. I got records, I got tapes, I got psychedelic pens and shit, I got t-shirts. Come holler at me, please. Goddess Complex has some off-the-chain shirts over there. You gotta get them. They flying like hotcakes with fruit on top of them, if you know what I'm saying. So you better get one. Yeah, so we was hanging yesterday in West Virginia, and this girl who was at the show, she said, I gotta go home real quick, I gotta pill up the dogs. And I said, pill up the dogs? What are you talking about? They're real gassy. These dogs have gas. I gotta go home and give them gas pills. I said, what the fuck? She said, one of the dogs named Stinky. The other one's named Gabby. I said, what? You gotta go to a house where no one's at. The dog's gas is so motherfucking bad that you gotta give them pills even when no one's at the crib. I said, can I meet Stinky? She said, you don't want to. I said, okay. But yeah, I played a show in Tucson, Arizona. It was supposed to be at a house. The dude forgot to ask the crib. Moved it to another house the day of. He forgot to ask them too. I said, where's it going down? He said, let's just do it underneath the Interstate 10 overpass, south of town. I said, hell yeah. I said, should I drive down there and meet you? He said, dude, if you were to drive down to where the gig is going down in your car, guaranteed carjacking. guaranteed carjacking. Not, it's a rough place, guaranteed carjacking. Like you're gonna get grabbed and sucked out the whip and some shrimp is gonna drive it off. Guaranteed. I said, dude, I'm riding with you. I'm trying to chug 1,000 beers tonight anyways. He said, hell yeah, get in. So we got in the haunted SUV. Me and him, an old friend of mine who was completely insane. So me and him and 2 younger guys, we rolling in the car and we're going down the desert south of town, just kind of cruising. And you know, I'm looking at the city in the rearview mirror and I'm like, man, we really going far out here, you know what I'm saying? And there's only one building within visual range. I said, what's that building? It looks kind of crazy. He said, that's the Hells Angels clubhouse. I said, okay. He said, that's where we're parking. I said, are they cool with that? He said, I don't know. I said, okay. So we parked the whip, we're sitting there, and he says, I got an idea. I said, what? And we're looking around, I'm like, dude, is anyone coming to this gig? The middle of the desert. Only building's the Hells Angels clubhouse. Can't even see any lights, it's pitch black. I said, is anyone coming? He said, yeah, well, I got this great idea. Why don't you go hang out under the bridge for a while? And I'm gonna take this SUV and pick up multiple carloads of people from a hipster coffee shop up the way. I said, that sounds like a strange idea, but a good one, dude. But am I gonna be all right down under the bridge by myself? You said guaranteed carjacking earlier and whatnot. He said, these guys are gonna be with you too. He said, y'all boys brought the hand cannons? They both pull out huge pistols. I said, this gig is gonna be lit as a motherfucker. We went underneath the bridge, pistols are out, we spraying up holy tags, wiling out. Next thing you know, dude pulled through with the 3 carloads of people from the hipster coffee shop. About 35 people show up. I said, whoa. I rocked the set. It was off the chain. I sat on a broken shopping cart, played for 2 hours. You could have heard a pin drop up in there if it wasn't for the 18-wheelers blasting above every 5 seconds. At some point out of the desert, just comes this dude that no one knew. Just arrived straight out of the desert. After party at my place, you motherfuckers. I said, well, I know where we going after the show. So we all went to his place. A haunted desert shack made of cinder blocks. Bathroom door ripped straight off the hinges. Desecrated tortillas up in the frying pan. Big ass bugs I never even knew existed before. Somebody was tied up in the back room. We didn't see them, but we all knew they was there. 2 psychedelic futons and 1 Bluetooth speaker. The party was banging. I'd had about 35 beers at this point. And the dude goes, you do that yayo? I said, Yeti powder? Hell yeah. You got some? He said, let's go get some. I said, hell yeah. He said, let's take your boy's SUV. I said, hell yeah. He said, I just want to let you know I work for the cartel. We're going to the cartel's trailer park, pure Yeti powder. I said, hell yeah. 38 beers deep at this point, cartel's trailer park, pure Yeti powder, sound like a real good idea. So we cruise to this haunted trailer park, literally where the cartel is chilling, and do some pure Yeti powder. We got out of there alive, man. I didn't know if I was going to. And the dude was still with us, and we cruising down a back desert highway, going 35 miles per hour, and all of a sudden the dude pops his seatbelt, cracks open the door, and barrel rolls out of the moving whip. Peace, motherfuckers! Runs into the desert. I said, dude, let's go, right now. Cruise back. My boy said, well, let's go to my place. I said, hell yeah. Another haunted desert shack. And he says, it's time for the real Yeti. I said, dude, I just did pure Yeti powder. What do you mean the real Yeti? I'm 45 beers deep at this point. What you talking about? He said, crystal meth. I said, oh man. Light bulbs came out. Motherfuckers was blazing. It was off the chain. People were shitting and pissing in Home Depot buckets. It was off the chain. I woke up on a strange air mattress. There was a tarantula laying on my chest. I got the fuck out of that spot. That was definitely one of the best shows I ever played. That's what this tune's about. Thank you, Big HarrisonTurd. Thanks, Big Paul, man. Shouts out to Terry Turtle, Chris Fulmer, and Big Billy. Yeah, please holler at me. I got those holy records and whatnot.
Met a man on the road, he had a hurting soul. He went to the city trying to reach a goal, but he lost his money, almost lost his life. He shook my hand, disappeared into the night. Yodeling, yodeling, rambling soul. I met a girl up on that mountain, she sang me a song. We sat on those cliffs in the full moon all night long. Our souls were flying around in the sky. We was cheaping on that good weed and getting really high. Yodeling, yodeling, rambling soul. I met a man out in that field, oh, his heart was true. His eyes would peer straight into you. His spirit was burning with a heavenly light, and the peace he held within himself was as still as that night. Yodeling, yodeling, rambling soul. When you're out on that road, you got that rambling soul. Remember those faces and those places that